Really didn't want to make another NPM video, but we've got a self-replicating worm going through NPM right now. We've got Brian Krebs sharing Dune memes about it. So in case you missed my last 2 videos about NPM malware, congratulations to the Socket blog for having an endless stream of content to be able to write blogs about. And just kudos, good job to the team for analyzing all this. We are a few weeks into a campaign where a bunch of maintainers of JavaScript packages in NPM are getting their NPM accounts hacked, and then the threat actor puts their malware into the NPM packages that in some of these cases is massively popular. So I'm recording this on September 16th. Yesterday, the 15th, Socket posted about TinyColor. But then today on the 16th, everyone is posting, oh yeah, that's cute that there was like a few packages last week, maybe 40 from TinyColor yesterday. Now we're up to hundreds and CrowdStrike is included. Like I had to refresh right before I hit record because I could just want to scroll through. These are all the impacted JavaScript packages that have malware in them now. I'm still scrolling, 100, 200. What are we up to? I think it was like close to 500 now. Gosh, I'm still literally scrolling. 477. The attack surface is growing. We will continue to update this list. I will, of course, put this link in bio. But what the hell's going on? How is this malware starting to replicate through NPM and take over so many of these different packages? So let's look at the analysis of the TinyColor packages that happened yesterday. This TinyColor had 2.2 million weekly downloads. So these are very popular packages. The compromised versions included a function, npm module update package, that downloads a package tarball, modifies the package JSON, injects a local script, bundle.js, repacks the archive, and republishes it, enabling an automatic Trojanization of downstream packages. Kudos to Daniel here, who was the first to spot it. You can see the blog yesterday had just a few packages, not 500. I mean, still a pretty long list. But what is this malware doing? So first and foremost, it downloads and executes TruffleHog. First of all, kudos TruffleHog. It's an awesome tool. I've used it at a number of my jobs for legitimate purposes. What it does is help you find secrets that wind up in source code or in other places that they don't belong. So API keys, creds, things like that. It happens all the time. Developers are constantly committing their API keys to GitHub, and TruffleHog does a great job of making sure that you can spot those things. But what this attacker is using it for is they get their malware into this environment, they execute TruffleHog to, again, find those secrets, find those API keys for their more nefarious purposes. So it says it searches the host for tokens and cloud credentials, validates and uses the developer and CI credentials, creates a GitHub action workflow inside repositories, and exfiltrates results to a hard-coded webhook. Because of this, we can actually find a bunch of GitHub actions where these repos are getting this malware. So here's this bundle.js and what it does, right? So it grabs TruffleHog and then runs it and parses out a bunch of the findings. So it's trying to look for specifically juicy secrets, things like GitHub tokens so it can perpetuate itself, AWS tokens, GCP tokens, things like that. The worm part, if you don't know what a worm means, is that this malware can then spread itself. Who remembers the Sammy worm? I've met Sammy. He's a great guy. He's super smart. He's out there. He put some JavaScript code on his MySpace profile that when you viewed it, put that same JavaScript code onto your profile with a little addition saying that Sammy is my hero. So then I would go to Sammy's profile, see it, it would put this code on my profile, then anyone who came to my profile, it would put it onto their profile, and this thing took down MySpace in a few hours. The funniest part about this Wikipedia page, I haven't pulled this up in a long time, it's like MySpace has since secured its site against the vulnerability. I was super worried that MySpace might have still had this vulnerability. I still check it every day. I still monitor who's top 8 I'm in. I get really mad when I fall out of top 8 of people I thought were my besties. Anyway, Sammy did this in a time where like computer hacking was still seen as like the worst thing that you could possibly do. And he had a really, unfortunate run-in with law enforcement about it. Nowadays, he would probably get a bug bounty for it. I mean, it took down MySpace. That's pretty bad. So anyway, how the hell is this thing worming its way through NPM? Well, one of the tokens that it looks for is NPM tokens. This is how CrowdStrike wound up getting impacted as well. So this is the next Socket blog from today. It reiterates, okay, this thing downloads and executes TruffleHog. Got it. Quick side note, Dylan, who wrote TruffleHog, is making a point because I think a lot of people are calling TruffleHog an indicator of compromise, and they're kind of slamming it as like this hacker tool or something like that. And so Dylan makes the very good point. Hackers reportedly use something called truffle hog during their attack. They also use child processes and something called HTTP and TLS and something called TCP. Please be on the lookout for any of these hacking tools being used in your environment. The point he makes is like truffle hog is not like some nefarious hacker tools. It's just like a really useful Swiss Army knife to like help you find secrets in code. So shout out Dylan, check out Trufflehog. They're awesome. Friend of the show. So we already went through, grabs Trufflehog, it searches the host system for tokens and cloud creds. It sees if it can do developer and CI cred things. It creates these GitHub actions. You could find nearly 700 public repositories with this Dune reference. But once it finds this NPM token, it knows that it is on a developer's machine that has access to publish NPM packages. But once it's done with all of this, any future CI run can trigger the exfiltration step from within the pipeline while sensitive secrets and artifacts are available by design. Like we said, there's this giant list of impacted things you got to go check against right now. And then going back to the Krebs article, because of course I love this Dune reference, he's got some other quotes that are helpful to understand what's going on here. When a developer installs a compromised package, the malware will look for the NPM token in the environment. If it finds it will modify the 20 most popular packages that the NPM token has access to, copying itself into the package and publishing a new version. So this is how it's worming itself. Some other quotes. This creates a cascading effect where an infected package leads to a compromised maintainer credentials, which in turn infects all other packages maintained by that user, so on and so forth. Hopping over to the Akaido blog, they covered some of the early phishing campaigns in this that I made the videos about previously. This just helps illustrate it a little bit more, right? So we already covered harvest the secrets, the creds with Trufflehog. So it's kind of like a two-step exfiltration process, creates a new GitHub repo with the Dune reference, commits a JSON dump containing system info, environment variables, and the collected secrets. Then the GitHub actions come in with that webhook, and it post requests them to an attacker's URL and writes a double base64 copy in the actions log to exfiltrate all those secrets. And then, like we said, it uses any valid NPM tokens to propagate itself. Oh, here's an interesting part I missed in the other blogs. It iterates through the victim's accessible repositories, making them public or adding the workflow branch that will trigger further runs and leaks. So this is like an amplification thing. You can go search this name on GitHub right now, and there are hundreds of compromised repos. So this is like a major difference from the last couple videos that I made where a phishing campaign targeted each maintainer of these popular repos. Instead, this malware compromised something initially, and then this worm automates the spread by piggybacking on the maintainer's own publishing rights. Super cool JavaScript malware campaign. I'm really interested to see the end of it, what NPM does to shut it down, what GitHub might do to help shut it down. I'm trying to get more like a talk show, like a late night talk show. So as we wrap up this video, just want to welcome today's musical guest, Lintile. Thank you for that. It was obviously inspired by the great Tiberius. I think I'm going to use this for the thumbnail. Thank you all for watching. Watch out if you're using NPM. This seems like a minefield at the moment. Keep an eye on Socket's blog. They seem to be the most up to date with malware that's going into these package managers. That's like their whole thing, right? Like SCA is out there trying to find vulnerabilities in package managers. Socket does that, but then also looks for malware. And this is like their shining week. They are proving their expertise over and over and over again a couple hundred times by spotting these things. Guys, I'm sorry. I did not want to make another NPM video, but this was too cool of an evolution of this story to not follow up. If this was helpful, please share with anyone who might be coding on some JavaScript right now. That includes your mom. Your moms love me. Thank you so much. Click all the YouTube buttons below. Have a good one.